they threw me off with this one, man. Like the UFC always does this, man. Like they'll have me going, making all the right fights, and then you think they're going to continue to make the right fights, but then they make this fight. Like again, shout out to Miranda. I mean, she's fighting a high level opponent here, high ranked opponent, but I think this is a big jump up here for Miranda. I really wanted to see her matched up with even Karine Silva or Ariane Lipsky. Those fights to me would have been better for her. I just think Rose is a familiar face, not saying that they'll hold back. Hopefully they don't hold back because, they train together. But to me, I just think sometimes that makes for boring fights because when fighters know each other from sparring and training, they know what to expect. So they won't get into the fire zone or the takedown zone, so that's what kind of leaves it, up in the air, like this being an action-packed fight. Because how many times, like training partners go in there and say, hey, let's go put on a real show. Let's try to take each other heads off. Like, let's try to knock each other out. Do you really think Miranda and Rose are going to bring that type of action? Not saying that they do that all the time. I'm just saying, like, do you think that matchup really means? Hopefully they put their all on the line. I'm just hoping they are, but I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of vibe I get here. Is like they know each other too well. Where, Rose, who higher skill level, probably was showing Miranda a lot of pointers. So I still think it'd be like too early for Miranda to fully capitalize on weaknesses and expose certain things, especially when you train. I like I said, I don't know how close, but it seemed pretty close because they trained together for the Tracy Cortez camp for Rose, or whoever was supposed to fight her. They both trained in that camp together for Barbara. So she was familiar with Barbara, so she helped her out, So yeah, I just think that camp, several camps together, I think, that just kind of leaves them, and then, not too far off either. It's just like less than a year ago. Less than a year ago, you put these two in here together, and now you got them, they train together. Now you put them in here less than a year, and now this the fight to make, and yeah, I was like, they gave Rose considered who she's around. Yeah, it's considered an easy fight for Rose on paper. It's like, dang, y'all giving Rose somebody this low rank now, somebody that just got into the rankings that to me needs to grow. Like Miranda's ranked number 12 right now. It's probably the lowest ranked opponent Rose ever fought. They act like nobody else was in the ranking vicinity for her. I mean, the Aaron fight wasn't that bad, right? I mean, she did lose, clearly lost to me, but it didn't make me say, oh, Rose got to go all the way back. Because it's basically saying, like, she's ranked, let's see, Miranda's ranked near Casey O'Neill, like she's fighting Casey O'Neill or somebody, Nah, man, I thought Rose could have still withstood a Viviane Araújo fight or Jasmine fight. Shoot, the rubber match with Jessica made a lot of sense because to me, that was just like, okay, that's a sidebar fight. Let all the other flyweights fight while these two strawweights who moved up fight and hash it out. That to me, that would have been the one. Yeah, I ain't gonna sleep on Miranda though. Like, we'll see. Mentally, I think Miranda will be in the fight. That's the thing, experience and technique, we can say that's Rose all day. But as far as being 100% in the fight, Rose has her days where she's not fully in a fight, and we see it, right? So Miranda, even though she's lost fights, I can always say at least she kept trying. She just maybe lacked skills, or she might have lacked a certain technique at the time, but I never really seen Miranda check out of a fight. Like, Miranda's never mentally checked out of a fight. That's the one thing I could say about her versus Rose. So the focus, I think, would be on Miranda's side here. So that's one thing that keeps her in this fight. That's a big part that keeps her in the fight because, Miranda, one that's not going to quit, and one that knows the stakes here. And we got to, we got to still say it too. Like she's been working with Rose, so she's seen some things too, and she knows maybe what to expose here. She might know how to do certain things here. We just don't know, right? So with those things riding on her side, I mean, she still has a good chance to win, right? And that's another thing. We know Rose. She knows how to rise to the occasion for the big fights. She been in some of the biggest fights, and that's where you see like her at her best. So we'll see. Like, does she feel like this is something that's going to get her back into that light again? This is like her third go. You know what I mean? Like at flyweight, because the first one to get to the title shot was Manon, which was a mistake off top. Taking on the best flyweight, best flyweight off top. That was a mistake, right? So she loses that. Puts together two good wins. Cortez and Ebos, but then right back at it. Going in against the best, and Aaron came up short again. So third time, go a little lower. Maybe see if she can grow into the division strength wise. Muscle, put that muscle on. So now she's taking on Miranda. Let's say if she wins, I'm sure she's gonna have to fight somebody else like Arujo or Jasmine. And those are going to answer questions. Those type of fights will answer questions again. But then, so let's say she beats one of them, she'll be back in there with like a Grasso or Silva. So maybe she's just trying to give it a go a few more times. Maybe flyweight is where she wants to try to really get a belt. And where she is now, I mean, what she got to lose. It's not like Rose is pushing 40 right now. Rose is not pushing 40. There's not a lot of injuries on her. She's not in there getting like beat down, or she's not like physically worn out, because she takes a lot of breaks in between fights, right? Rose took a lot of breaks. Between fights, back in strawweight days. And this has been her longest streak at flyweight. This is the most consistent she's been, So I think Rose definitely, she wants to continue fighting at flyweight. That's fine, as long as as long as she sees some improvements, and you can say, oh, this girl is getting heavier, like putting on the muscle like Grasso did, and it's effective. Maybe it's just taking her a little longer, but she got to be careful with Miranda. Still got to be careful. Everybody's saying it's going to be a gimme fight or an easy fight. We'll see. Miranda, she used to train with like Andrea Lee, and she took her, I won't say like just completely dominated, but she learned from her and, was able to use stuff against her. So who do you think winning would be best for the division? Honestly, I think Miranda winning at this point would be better for the division. She's number 12 and she would be fighting at number 6. They probably like meet her somewhere in the middle, like a 7 or 8 if she wins. I think Miranda, it would show a lot of, growth there. And she's a new head. She's been working at this for a long time. So to see it pay off and beat Rose, I mean, like, oh yeah, that would mean a lot, because it's like her first go round. This first time she's been this high. We already seen Rose here before, So I think it would be better, because we know Miranda always wants to fight. That's the thing. Like, even when they ain't scheduling fights, she's always reaching out like, hey, y'all got to fight for me. Y'all got to fight for me. There was a period where, people weren't even wanting to fight her. Like Casey O'Neill didn't want to fight her. Molly McCann didn't want to fight her. She was actually reaching out to those fighters. Macy didn't want to fight her again when she wanted to, So I think, Miranda's definitely a good, if she wins, that'll be a good flyweight in that position. She's definitely a good fighter to be in that position to me. Rose, if she wins, we'll have to see where she goes from there again. We'll have to see if she can bounce back with 2 or 3 wins before she gets back to title eliminator. That's kind of where I see it. Tay said, Easy said they're trying to keep Rose relevant. Shoot, they want to really keep her relevant. They need to make that rubber match with Andrade and call it a day. Yeah, Paul, Rose has fought a lot of killers. She's fought a lot of tough fighters, and those are some of the fights she rose to the occasion for. Tay said, if she beats Rose, that's a big name on her resume. Yeah, that would be her first champion on her resume. I know she called for Andrade too. Miranda wanted to fight Jessica Andrade, but they didn't give her that fight. They gave it to Jasmine. But hey, this is a former champ too, so we'll see. It was just a weird matchup to me. I just thought that I just thought to me the fight with Lipsky would have been good. Rose versus Rose versus Viviane Arua was a good fight. Or Kareem Silva. That would have been good. Gary said this is a 3-round fight opposed to a 5. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not gonna be a 5-round fight. Paul said it actually makes sense. Give Rose a fight. She should be able to win. And at the same time, give Miranda a big name and a big opportunity because she's been racking up wins. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I'm not knocking it. Like, hey, I'm glad she's getting this fight. Definitely. I just hope that they aren't too familiar where something suffers. So yeah. Like, who do y'all think is like who do you think is better for the division if they win though? That's the question. Who do y'all want to see win to see the division move forward? Andrade needs to Andrade needs to go just because game plan has always been the same. No head movement, come straight ahead, no skill, only power. No, I just tell you, it's the same. It's always the same. It's always the same. That's why I'm like, when people get knocked out by her now, it makes you question them, man. It makes you say, what's wrong with you? You've seen this time and time again. Yeah. Two beats the Andrade and Jazzy fight. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. Okay, Marcus said Miranda, and so did TBC. Yeah. I think that her winning is going to make the division move, and I'm ready to see her get her shine.